Good morning, everyone. How's everybody in the Yankee Nation this morning? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you're having a good Wednesday morning. Obviously, a lot better than when you were watching the Yankee game last night. It was another disaster, as we know, but we're going to get into that in a couple of minutes. First, I want to get a couple of things. Don't forget today, everyone, the really very, very, very interesting interview we're going to have with ex-Yankee outfielder Billy Sample. That's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock p.m. A lot of great stuff we're going to talk about with Billy Sample. So remember, that's an added show, and we're looking forward to everybody coming on with their questions. You can put on your questions now if you go to NY Yankee Mania's site, and you will see the link in there. Press the link and ask your questions, and I promise I will try to get to each and every one of your questions. So that's number one. Number two, this I want to give a little shout out actually to my mom in heaven. Today's her birthday, and we love you, Mom, and we miss you terribly, as always. And I hope you and Dad are looking at us, looking down and being very proud. And we miss you like I can't tell you. So happy birthday. And we're going to have ice cream on you today. Also, there was a couple of articles that I found very, very interesting on NJ.com this morning. Randy Miller usually does great articles, and one article has the Yankees immediately get better by putting Chaz Chisholm back at second base, and even he can put up with putting a DJ at third. They automatically get better. He's got much better range on that side, and it just has to happen. Boone, according to Boone said they are thinking about it, but that could be for another day. Another article on there is he's been talking to this scout, of course, anonymously, and the scout says that the future of Anthony Volpe is not going to be at shortstop. He's got to get off of there. He likes the kid. He likes the way he plays the game, but his range is not great. He doesn't have good hands going back and forth. George Lombard Jr. is the guy. Eventually, that will happen. What'll happen with Volpe should put him on second, but if you have Chaz there, it's going to be very interesting. And lastly, that he said is the third base situation for the trade deadline. They're talking about Suarez of the Diamondbacks. Whatever it takes to get him, they got to get him. The guy's a stud. He's unbelievable. He's 33 years old. He's on the right side of 33 years old, and the Yankees need to pounce on it. But there's going to be stiff competition for Suarez. It's going to be a madhouse. The Yankees, if they're really, really serious of really changing this team, they have to pounce on him. Plus, he said there's no question they're going to add one or two relievers for sure by the trade deadline. So with that in mind, I wanted to get that piece of information out, and I want to bring in our co-host, one of our co-hosts in the morning, Jonathan, the master of information, and let's discuss all of this. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning.
So I don't know if you get a chance, you should definitely get NJ.com, the Newark Star Ledger in New Jersey. Their paper is excellent. They have great writers there, and Randy Miller is always pinpoint a lot of the times. Do you agree automatically if they put Chaz Chisholm on third base, on second base, they are a better ball club?
Yes, I think he's more comfortable there.
Yeah, he wants to play there, but
for the short term, I would even put him there right now and put DJ at third.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying automatically they get better because the range that there's, he can handle third base. DJ, second base is too wide open. They're really doing an injustice to themselves by not putting. And he said It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out.
Well, yesterday, just being at third base, I think Jazz cost him a couple games. Just look at the way he throws. He feels very uncomfortable there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could definitely see that. There's no question. I mean,
yesterday's game is a perfect example. They lost that game for bad defense.
Yep. And it's only going to keep shining out if they don't make this immediately. Now, you also mentioned they might have definitely dodged a bullet that Trent Grissom may be able to come back maybe as early as July 4th and the Subway Series. So they might have dodged a bullet there, but that remains to be seen. But they have to go with what they – and like he said, you got to play Dominguez. You got to see what you have. You can't keep saying next year, his time is coming, next year. Sure. No, the time is now.
Dominguez played yesterday, and I had no problem with what he did. He actually kept the Yankees in that game. He if it wasn't for Dominguez, we probably would have lost that game by even more than what we did. Right. The defense is what lost yesterday's game.
Definitely. I want to say good morning to Jake, FG, Jason Castillo. How you guys doing in the chat? John Ferrazzo, how you doing? Jeff on vacation. How are you? I hope you're having a great time. Maria, how are you? How's it going? Antoinette, how you doing? I thought you weren't going to work anymore. So thank you. And remember, folks, don't forget to come back at 2 p.m. today for the interview with ex-Yankee outfielder Billy Sample, who's going to have a lot of interesting, fun stuff to talk about. One of the nicest guys, and he'll answer as many questions as he can. And we're going to pick his brain on what was it like to be a New York Yankee, especially in the mid '80s when things were not the greatest, but they had good teams, but no pitching. So there's a lot here today, everyone. That's even before we talk about the pregame show tonight with the Yankees and the Blue Jays. And remember, they're on Prime tonight. They are on, and if you don't have Prime and don't want to spend the money for it, well, it's very simple. Just go to Ken the Ugly Truths channel, and he will have. Oh, I'm sorry. No. There is no. I totally forgot. My bad. There is no play-by-play tonight, so you'd have to look around for content. And otherwise, somehow look at MLB.com and see what you can do for tonight. Jonathan, speaking about, I haven't been impressed now. Three straight starts of Max Fried. He's really left a lot of balls down the middle. I kind of blame that there were a couple of blowout games. There was no reason for this guy to pitch into the 8th inning when they were up like 11-0 and 12-1. And I was against that. I was screaming about that. And, you say, well, he might have saved 3 or 4 innings. But I believe, a lot of this, some of this is on Boone. What are your feelings on that?
Well, I agree. The Yankees, especially over the last 10 years or so, have always put too much pressure on, too much faith, or whatever word you want to, on their starting pitcher. And I wouldn't be surprised if last year that's why Cole got hurt, because there were a couple of games that were blowouts that he could have left early, and they just kept him in there for an extra inning or two. And those extra 2 innings for 30 plus starts, could be the difference in the elbow. Just 2 innings. So that's basically, let's say he pitched another 50 innings less. Maybe he doesn't get hurt.
Maybe. No, you're absolutely right, Jonathan. There's no question in my mind that there's some questionable calls here. Very, very questionable calls. And not even that. It's just everything. There's not one thing good right now on this team that you could really feel good about. You don't like the lineup is all screwed up. The defense, they're out to lunch. The starting pitching is okay. It's not great. The relief pitching's in a shambles. Jake goes, I feel like the pitching has been losing us games too. Weaver literally threw a meatball to that guy yesterday. Yeah, there is something going. Weaver is definitely not the same as last year. He pitched good the first couple of months, but he's been dreadful. He can't get ahead of a count. Before you turn around, it's 2-0. And that's the problem that's happening with Weaver right now. He doesn't have control. And believe it or not, I definitely trust Williams over Weaver right now.
Yeah.
Weaver, ever since he came back, did they rush him? I don't know, but he's not ready. He's not ready to take realms again. And I don't know what's going on there. FG says, let's bring him up. The bullpen has an ERA of 10.13 over the last 4 games. And it's showing, right, guys? It is showing. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Welcome back to the screen. Good show last night. What are your thoughts? Now you had a chance to sleep on it. Did you hear my comments about Randy Miller and NJ.com? Well-respected journalist, saying the Yankees automatically get better if they put Chisholm on second base and even leave LeMahieu at third. They automatically are a better team. Jake, it's like you can't be comfortable unless they're leading 10-0 because they can't hold a 2-0 lead late in games. Well, I don't know about 10-0, but they're dreadful. They can't hold the lead. And again, I'm sorry, Jonathan. Go ahead.
This is one reason why I would like them to call up Clayton Peter. He's a young, fresh arm, and he's a bullpen guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ready to be called up.
No question about it. I mean, listen, to stomp and scream. I went through the antics yesterday in the post game, and do they change? No. So you don't. The only thing you can pray for is a trade. I don't even know if it's good that Grissom comes back because again we do the same thing. Maybe he should stay out a week. Teach this lineup a lesson. Oh, and
put him on a 10-day IL and bring someone up.
Here is someone new. Here is someone new in the chat. Hey, it's Sean Martin. How you doing? The lineup has changed over the years, but the one constant is Buffonian. Yeah, Sean. First of all, thanks for coming on. If you can subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. We are on every morning at 8:30 a.m. and then we do a pregame and a postgame. So I like to go over that with everybody new, so you know when you can find us. And if you subscribe, you'll never miss anything. We also give the lineups before they come out, any breaking news. So by all means, I appreciate it, Sean, and welcome to the Yankee family. Let's see. So Jonathan, Tommy, good morning, Tommy. How's it going? Hope all is well with you. Give us your thoughts on the game and what would you like to see? Going on, with the Yankees, especially with the lineup and all?
Well, I need them to hit more with runners in scoring position. They are one of the worst teams with runners in scoring position, and that's one reason why they're losing so many games they should win. They need to do something with this lineup. I would call up Everton Pereira and have him play every day. I don't know, but if Grisham, look, I might even explore a trade of Grisham. I don't know.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying.
Yankees need to do something.
Yeah, that a lot of people are saying that too.
Grisham at this point is a fourth outfielder with good defense and mediocre hitting. That's all he is. And if Pereira can I've never seen Pereira play. I just know his numbers. But if Pereira can give you solid defense and good hitting, then he could be a better option and make Grisham expendable for a trade.
Do you think the Yankees would pull a real fast one down the line, at least by the I don't know, by the trade deadline, and possibly just to give a little taste to Mr. The guy that looks like what do you call Aaron Judge? Would you do that with Jones? Would you do a surprise?
I wouldn't mind calling up Jones in September. I would do that.
Okay,
I would call up Jones in September and give him a little taste of the major leagues. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about it. And, sugarcoating this, Jonathan, I am so tired of it. I really am tired of sugarcoating all of this. And also, I just, you just get to the point where, does it really matter what we all say? It doesn't matter who creating, who's calling a game, who has a show, who doesn't have a show. It doesn't matter.
And I'll just add something, Jake. I understand he needs to develop in the minors. I would call up Jones up not to be on the roster, but to travel with the team and to give him to make him comfortable to what he should expect. That's the point of putting it on the team. Not necessary to play, just to have him be around a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah,
but if he improves well enough, then yes, I would even call him up in September and have him play on the roster. If Jones can continue to do what he did in AA and AAA, he will be ready for a September call-up.
Yeah, no question. Hey, Everyday Mets, welcome back. Where have you been? How's everything? I think it matters. Thoughts become things. Speak is extensive. Yes, you're right. And Everyday Mets, we have to talk about your Mets also. So what is going on in Metland, man? What is going on? As you know, we do talk every club. If you're on here, and don't be shy of not only the Yankees, but we talk the Mets, Dodgers, whatever you want to talk about. Obviously this is a Yankee channel, but we're not going to shy away from any other teams. So by all means, you're all welcome here. Let's bring on Big N, and thank you for coming on. How you doing?
What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Joe? How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
Shout out to the chat. Good morning. And I want to give a quick couple of shout outs. Happy birthday to my friend Frank Luna, and then happy birthday to my friend Greg, and then congrats to Green Bay quarterback Jordan Love on getting married. So shout out to him.
Congratulations. That's awesome, and happy birthday. So they come in threes. You said two, and I said my mom in heaven today. So Thank you so much, everyone, for and in the chat too. A few people wishing my mom happy birthday. Thank you.
Happy heavenly birthday to your mom.
Thank you so much. And one thing I will not forget is to eat her favorite chocolate ice cream and have a little dark chocolate today, and that's for my mom. Stephen B., good morning. By the way, Sean, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that, Sean. Any Yankee fans that you know or whatever, please bring them aboard. We are all Yankee content. Also, Sean, if you don't know, today at 2 p.m., we're going to have a former Yankee player on, former outfielder Billy Sample. And Billy Sample is going to talk about being managed by Billy Martin and Yogi Berra in the Yankee land when he played for the Yankees 1 year. He's mostly was a Texas Ranger, but he has a lot of memories playing for the New York Yankees. So if you're a Yankee fan and all of that, please try to come back at 2 p.m. If you guys miss the content, you can always look at the video right after that, and it'll always stay on for you. So we really appreciate it. And we have to thank this man right on the bottom for giving us so many guests since I've been on the air, which will be almost 3 months now. And we give a big shout out to NR Media and their team for always coming through and watching out for us. So, what is your? I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show, but I was talking about 2 articles in NJ.com from Randy Miller, and the first thing that he had talked to Boone about, the Yankees would automatically get better by taking Chaz out of third base, put him on second, and you can put DJ on third. They are automatically a better club. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, I agree with Randy, but I'd rather have a more exciting third baseman instead of DJ LeMahieu at this point.
Obviously.
But yeah, I agree because second base is Chaz's natural position.
He also said that Booney said they're thinking about it, but that's for another day. He also said that Suarez is in the picture, but if the competition is going to be amazing, it's going to be crazy. If the Yankees are going to pounce on him, they better do it soon.
Yeah, because a lot of teams will be interested in him for sure. And yeah, so Chaz, I mean, I don't know, there's nothing to think about because that's his natural position at second base, and then you slide over DJ for now, and I think it's a much better defensive alignment for them. So I agree with Randy 100%.
Another thing Randy said was an anonymous scout who could not, a lot of times because of their team situations, they can't say who they are. But he did say there's no question the Yankees are going to pull 1 or 2 bullpen people out. They're probably not going to go for a starting pitcher because their starting pitcher is going to be coming in Eel down the line. So,
Jake and Sean brought up Peraza at third base. That could be another option too.
Yeah, they mentioned that also, but no hit, and the Yankees are tired of seeing people no hit in the infield. And they did mention that Volpe is a good player, but he's not the Yankees starting shortstop. He should not be there in the next 1 to 2 years. And then it's going to be interesting because he should be a second baseman, but we think that Chaz Chisholm has much more range than that. So it's going to be interesting where Volpe's going to fit in, but he should not be the Yankees starting shortstop much longer. What do you think about that, guys?
I think George Lombard is going to take his place.
Oh yeah, eventually, no question about it. That goes without saying. Now, after you're saying, don't be surprised if Peraza is playing the outfield soon. Yeah, if they don't make another trade, I'm pretty sure they're not going to stay with De La Cruz. Because he would probably if they had any confidence in him, he would have batted yesterday. He's not,
Cruz days are numbered. He's a DFA candidate.
Oh yeah.
Who is?
The guy they put up from the Cruz. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be playing with the Yankees in the next couple of days. And it's so ironic. Every time they go into a Mets series, they always go in wounded. It's incredible. It really is incredible. Jake, honestly, I think the Yankees love Volpe too much. I want him gone in the next 1 to 2 years, but I just feel it's not going to happen. Well, then, if they're going to stick with that, what are you going to do with George down there? Where are you going to put him? Are you going to put him on third? You're going to put him on second? And then what are you going to do with Chisholm? These are proven players. You just don't want to give them away, especially Chaz Chisholm. They'd be out of their mind if they don't extend him. He's a heart and soul of the team. And when Cabrera comes back, he's a heart and soul of the team. Man, I would love to have Cabrera just in the dugout to rah-rah this team.
Well, he has
it in the water.
He only has one leg. He can't be in the dugout. He can't. He has to take care of himself.
Well, Nip, you saw him. Can he walk a little bit?
Who?
Oswaldo Cabrera.
He's when we did the event with him at Mama D's, he had the boot on. Right. He can walk a little bit, yeah. And he said he's feeling better. He's getting there, but it's still a long ways to go, but he can walk a little bit. But he's using a he can walk, but he needs to use that what do you call? You put the one knee on top, and it's like a
oh yeah, the walk like a walking
walker, but you have one that support thing you put your knee on.
So he
uses that.
If he wanted to be in the dugout for a game, could he be in the dugout?
Not right now.
Not right now.
No.
Maybe September 1st.
Yeah.
Sean Browning goes extend and re-sign Chisholm and extend Cabrera.
We need to extend Cabrera as well, though, is a big part of this team. And
Cabrera doesn't have to be extended. He's already on the team.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's under
contract. An arbitration.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they want to avoid arbitration. The Yankees
they have to avoid it. They're always going to avoid arbitration.
Yeah, because the Yankees, if you take them to arbitration, that's your ticket out of they don't care who you are. That's your ticket out of here. The Yankees do not believe in arbitration. They don't like it, and that's all there is. Hey, Ken, welcome to the stream.
What's up, Ken?
We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, Charlie's called. It's called the trolley.
Oh, the trolley. Yeah, thank you, Ken. So, and that's where we're at. I mean, with this team, guys, you could go on a rant. The only thing that I say is be truthful, and everybody should be truthful, from fans to creators to announcers. Don't sugarcoat the Yankees. It's enough already. What are you sugarcoating? They stink. With a capital S. Prove us wrong, Yankees. Prove us wrong. They go out there. There's no passion. I mean, it's embarrassing what they do with Judge. They put Judge on when there's a man on first. What is that telling you? That the manager thinks the rest of the team stinks.
Yeah.
And we got to sugarcoat that? No, you don't sugarcoat that. You tell the truth.
So who would you bat behind Judge?
I wish it was Babe Ruth.
Well,
seriously, right now, I would put. I think I would put Cody Bellinger, and just leave him there, because Giancarlo Stanton is just going to strike out. If Judge strikes out, you got another strikeout back to back. At least with Bellinger, you got a shot he's going to hit something. Right now, I'll take anybody but Giancarlo Stanton. Batting fourth or fifth. Come on, man.
Stanton is essentially almost an automatic out at this point.
I mean, it's bad enough. It's bad enough that we have to live with Stanton 2 more years of a guy that can't even beat a cockroach going to first base. That is not healthy for the team. You got a lump on the log that he can hit a ball in the outfield. The outfielder can fall down 4 times, pick up the ball, and he's still on second base. Is that what we want? No. But we got to live with it because of the salary. Of all the money we're paying this guy. I love Stanton, don't get me wrong, but he's killing the team.
You see what Ken said?
Have you been drinking this morning? The Yankees did stink. They aren't playing. No kidding. No kidding. What I'm saying, it's worse. Because the guy runs forget about it. The guy runs worse than a 200-year-old man.
And I agree with Jake. I think they should play Rice more over Stanton and have when Rice is not playing first base.
It's really disgusting. It really is disgusting. Jonathan, I know we're getting close. I know you gave us this morning, and thank you so much. And maybe we'll see you. You come in the chat for the interview later on with Billy Sample.
Yeah, if I'm. What time is that?
2 p.m.
If I'm available, I have Today at my job they're having a taco bar for lunch, so
wow.
I'll be outside eating.
Awesome. Well, anyway, have a great day, Jonathan. Thank you.
See you, Jonathan.
Any information, please let us know. We'd appreciate it.
I'm always on the lookout. I think in 3 weeks there will be a lot more things to talk about as we get
and then don't forget we got our roundtable talk a day after the All-Star game, so that's going to be interesting. But have a great day, Jonathan. Have a great one. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Have a great one. All right, Big N. We're going to start the next segment of our show, and we're going to bring up Ken.
What's up, FJ?
What?
No, FJ.
What's up, yeah. How you doing? Sean Browning, how are you?
Hey, Sean.
Stanton will go nuclear, has ice cold, then nuclear, and then injured. Yeah, he does that every year. So let's bring on Ken. Good morning,
Ken. Good morning, Ken. How you doing?
Grandpa duties have been completed this morning.
Nice.
So today you're a Yankee
Young
fan
lad.
and a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Kansas City Chiefs.
It is hot as hell here.
Yeah.
Yankee,
So
all my
humid
Yankee stuff. All my Yankee stuff is either dark colors, and my stuff that's gray I've worn and it's in the laundry. So white Kansas City Chiefs, it is today.
I don't blame you. The Yankees should be thrown in the washer. Maybe that'll wake them up a little bit. Maybe that will wake them up a little bit. Yeah, what?
Have you got your Mets gear sitting in standby?
Why not? If that's what
they stink too. Never mind.
I'm only kidding. No, but listen, we're going to say this to a blue in the face. Let's all admit it. They stink. Stink?
No, I'm not admitting that.
Yes, you are admitting that. You just said it before.
No, I'm not. They're not playing well.
You said that they
There's a difference between there's a difference between just being a stinky crap organization and having a bad run. Bad, crappy organization. Look down there in Miami. Those fans, I'm sure, are cheering every day. Oh, never mind. There's nobody in the stands. It's the opponents visiting that fill that stadium up.
Okay, so
let's look at the Rockies.
Would you rather be stinky and no fans, or stinky and have a $300 million payroll, have a full stadium, and embarrass yourself? Which one is better?
Neither one is better.
Right, exactly.
But do you honestly sit there and think, man, Giancarlo Stanton wakes up, this is a great day that I'll strike out 3 times and look like a jackass on national TV? No, the dude is out there trying to do his best. He's signed to a contract. He ain't going anywhere. So you got what you got.
Right.
Earlier, everyone hated Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt stinks. We shouldn't have never signed him. He comes up and he's hot in the beginning of the season. He's doing everything that we need, and they love him. All of a sudden, he's a pariah because he goes through a slump. Guess what? Every player in the league goes through a slump, including Aaron Judge.
Well, here's one that reeks for you, Ken. The Yankees have been having these bad runs since 2021. Let
me tell you what. They've been having those bad runs through the entire history of the ball club. It's not just 2021.
Okay. So
you remember back in the 70s when we dumped so many games, we were like 10 games down and then decided to start playing ball in August to finally make the postseason and eventually win the championship?
Yes.
That ain't unique.
But right. And but this team is not going to do it. There's just too many holes.
The only Yankee team that didn't do it was our 114 win team. They didn't go through any prolonged slumps. They didn't even go through a minor slump. But you know what? That team never won 10 games consecutively either through the entire season.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's true. No, Jake, there's a difference.
With regard to prolonged slumps, It's the nature of the game. It's 162 games, and it's the longest professional sports season out there. People get tired.
Yeah,
Plus, the modern thing that you have today is these guys have more computer power that they sit there and they analyze players' strengths, their weaknesses. Fried is a good pitcher. Rodon is a good pitcher. The thing that the Jays don't do, the Jays don't strike out. Fried had what? 1 strikeout yesterday, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Rodon, who's averaging 8+ strikeouts a game, he had 4.
Sean Browning.
You have to attack those type of. You have to attack those type of teams in a different manner.
Mm-hmm. With Sean Browning, I mean, you know, this you could say to you blue in the face. I understand they're going to pay $10 million, but Sean, does that add speed to the guy? Does that change anything in the lineup? It does not. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, all I'm saying is he's great in the playoffs, and that's exactly what we need. But in the regular season, he can't turn the light on for some reason. He'll have his spurts, but it stems from the fact he's dead weight in the middle of the lineup, and that hurts us. He can't run. He can't do anything other than try to hit the ball. And what's his percentage of hitting the ball? If 50% a lot? I don't know. But he can play for free. It still doesn't change the fact that the man can't run. And it hurts the team. You hit a long fly ball to center field or whatever. Bailey could tag up. You see what he does. You know how he saves himself? He goes halfway like he's supposed to. But because he's so slow, he can't get back and go back to third. And how many times the next guy hits a fly ball and they miss out on a run? Check that out. And you can't dispute that. At least you get a guy like Volpe when he's on the base, or Chisholm. They're on there when they especially Volpe uses his nugget, and he goes halfway. He can take up second base. He can go to third. But you don't have that with this player, and it's hurting us. If you lose by a run, now you know why. Just check out how many times Giancarlo Stanton's on second base, and if it's not a home run or it's not a clear base hit, see how many times he goes to third base. Check it out. And then if the Yankees lose 3-2, there's your answer. That's all I'm saying. It's not about the money. I don't care about the money. We know he's going to get paid. And he's only getting older. He's not getting younger. I don't mean to just pick on Stanton, but what else? It's so obvious that Chaz Chisholm should be going back to second base. Yeah, they're not doing that.
Yeah. That's his natural position. Like I said before, second base is Chaz's natural position. And you got, I agree with Randy Miller. I think moving DJ to third for now is the best move for the Yankees. And,
it would make the Yankees that much better because he's
got the range. And Suarez should be their top target in the trade deadline, along with like a bullpen guy. But Suarez should be their top target. So,
one thing with the Yankees that you notice throughout the years, they end up doing what you want them to do, but it takes forever for them to react. Why can't they see this right now? They can't see. Well, because Chaz said, I'll play anywhere. I'm a team player. Well, that's fantastic, and we love him for that. That's why Gleyber Torres is out of here, because of his attitude. So why can't they see what we see? It's so simple. Look at the tapes. Look at what's going on. I'm not putting down DJ, but his range is not there. So put him on third. He can play third base. You have the shortstop to protect. You have the line to protect. Over there, he's got second base, first base, outfield. He can't do it. So it's not about the money. Today's game, guys. What do you think? I think today they're going to break out. I think today they're going to win the game.
Who's pitching today for us?
Will Warren.
Will Warren.
So
Okay.
his ball might cope well over there because what do you call his ball moves.
Yeah. So
when his ball moves. It bowls well for the Yankees.
Yeah, so for Will Warren, for me, I would say he goes 6 innings or 6 or 7 innings, 3 runs, 10, 11 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 7 hits. And my hitting star is going to be Judge.
That's all. Stay right there.
Yeah, Judge.
You say 4 players, and they never happen.
Judge and
one that you think is going to be a star.
Judge. That's it.
Okay, that's it. Now you want to write it on paper. You write it on paper, and then later on show us. But don't say it. I'm superstitious now. We love you. You know that. Jake goes, I don't know, Joe. I want to believe that, but it's tough that there are absolutely no one in that bullpen. These last 2 games, they've blown the leads. Yes, they are working on that, Jake. Something's going to develop in the bullpen. It's a shame. We're probably going to have to give up somebody decent in the minors or whatever to get a bullpen hand because it's not going to come cheap. But they're going to have no choice now. They're going to have to get a bullpenner. They have no choice. They cannot stay like this. I mean, Leiter Jr. has just been awful. He's so predictable with his pitches that you know what he's going to throw, and they're ready for it. The thing that embarrasses me as a Yankee fan is what the manager's doing with the Judge situation. He is actually challenging us that we're not a good team. How do you and I took my hat to him because he's got, he's got a man on first and he walks Judge. That's got to make people like Stanton and Bellinger and all of them feel good. I don't think so. And they don't do anything either. That's the funny part of it.
Mm-hmm.
They look like absolute. They're so out of it. They're so out of it.
That's God.
Who is it? John?
That was my doc.
Oh.
My doctor for ophthalmology wants me to come in for a MRI.
Oh, okay.
So I got to schedule that for my eye.
Good luck with it.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yep.
Berrios last time he faced the Yankees didn't allow a run, and he's pitching today. So you know what? That means today he gets creamed. Because every time you think that the Yankees have no chance in the game, they win that game. So I'm glad you said that. Because tonight they'll hit the ball. And what's that? 3 in a row they could win on Prime?
Yeah.
They come in 3s, so that's good. Sean, well, the rest of the team has to step up and make them pay repeatedly to stop it. Yeah, well, who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? First of all, Judge can't get his hand on the ball because they're always walking him. And the manager's having the ball. Do you think one time we can make that manager pay? Just one time. Shove it in his mouth. But no, strike out, pop up, ground ball, nothing. Yeah, Judge is getting the Bonds treatment. But on paper, we had a better team than the Giants. The Giants had like 2 or 3 hitters that were pretty good in that lineup those years. Check it out. They didn't have all the hitters the Yankees do. And by the way, Ken, I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show, but Randy Miller was saying that that the Suarez talks kind of heat up a little bit, but the competition is going to be fierce. And the Yankees may have to give up somebody they really don't want to for a guy that's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. Yeah. But the Yankees may be put in a corner if they get other pieces and this guy's still available. The Yankees may pounce. What do you think about that? And do you like that idea?
Well, I mean, Suarez is a fantastic hitter, power for days on end. He would certainly feast at Yankee Stadium. His defense is all right, not spectacular, but it's not bad. I know the Diamondbacks, and I know what the Diamondbacks will be looking for. They're going to be looking for a quality bullpen arm somewhere in that realm.
Well, you know, would you trade one of the biggies? Like you wouldn't trade Kemp for him, right? Kemp Slittler?
No, because Slitler's not a bullpen arm. They're in the heat of a dogfight right now to make the postseason, and they have a lineup. There's no real discernible weakness in their lineup. They've got an injury to Corbin Carroll, their right fielder right now, but he'll be back. And that guy is one of the speed people, and their team is built on the metrics of speed. Where they've been coughing games up is their bullpen.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so would it take somebody like Ian Hamilton, who is major league ready? Hamilton doesn't throw a bunch of breaking stuff. He throws everything's built off the fastball, and because of the altitude in Arizona, he would actually probably be a pretty good fit there.
Okay. So my question really to you is, would you overpay for him? Would you overpay for this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I would bring him on board. He's probably the best third baseman that's out there that's going to be available at the deadline. The long and short is, if you're trying to go for it, you put Jazz back at his more natural second base. He's actually started out as a shortstop, but
that
the guy's athletic.
Tonight. That should happen as of tonight.
Well, that's a fantastic statement. However, if you don't have the assets, you don't have the assets. And the people trading, if they're not opened up to trading right now, the incentive for the Diamondbacks is going to be to hold as long as possible, because they're going to get the best pack.
But what I'm saying is, if you are still going to play DJ LeMahieu, just make the switch. And they're
my philosophy
better from the right side of the plate.
You know my philosophy about DJ. DJ is not an everyday player, and
I know, but if he has to be in the lineup, let him play third, and give Chisholm the opportunity to shine where he's supposed to shine.
But the deal with Chisholm, the reason that they're playing Chisholm at third is because the hot corner takes a lot of shots there, and he has got the range and the arm to play third base and manage it well. If you're going to put somebody in there, Peraza is probably a better defender than Jazz. Put him at the hot corner and run DJ off the bench.
I guess they're afraid to do that right now because the hitting is bad, and
they're not getting anything out of DJ either.
Well, he gets a couple of hits. He's been okay in the series. He's got at least 3 hits in the series. It's more than I can say for.
He had 2 hits yesterday. Has Peraza even touched the field in this series? I don't think so.
Oh no, not this series, no.
Well, I don't know. They like I said, the consent.
We're facing Barrios today, huh?
Yeah. Yep. And sometimes he's it's like anybody else. Sometimes he's on. Sometimes he's hittable. But you got to get him early, like we always say. You got to pounce on them early. The Yankees get runners on and they let it through. They don't pounce on it. They get first and second, nobody out. And how many? They did that yesterday. First and second, nobody out. They didn't score. They barely even moved the runner to third. How pathetic is that?
Judge has been walked intentionally 21 times this season.
Mm-hmm.
The all-time major league record for intentional walks is 23, and he is certainly going to surpass that.
Yeah,
hands down.
He might surpass it in this series alone because the manager of the Blue Jays doesn't.
Yeah, the only time he doesn't do that is the first inning.
Yeah.
So if Judge is going to hit a home run, he better do it in the first inning because he's not getting pitched to anymore. Unless it's 10-0 one way or the other, then you can't. I guess But these guys, every team right now plays us like it's the last game of the World Series, and understandable because the Yankees are a great brand.
Part of what you have to look at is they are pitching, they are putting him on base because there's not fear behind him.
Right.
The hottest hitters right now on the team are Jason Dominguez and Jazz Chisholm. You line them up back to back behind Judge, and I guarantee you that's going to stem the tide on intentionally walking Judge.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I mean, and it's so.
I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue batting Stanton down in the 6 hole.
So who would you put fifth?
I would put Jazz in at 4. I would put Dominguez in at 5. And I don't give a damn that they hit. I don't give a damn if they both hit left-handed. Does not matter. If you look at Dominguez's numbers over the last 30 days, he's hitting 357 right-handed. So he's starting to come around and get those hits right-handed. His numbers overall are down because he had such a crap poor beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well,
so hence, I don't care if they bat lefty. They want to bring a left-handed bat in, no problem. It's not like Jazz can't hit left-handed pitchers, and you turn Dominguez around. He's not been a liability over the last month or so, and he's getting better. Just like his outfield routes, he's out there playing. He's getting better. He is one of the assets. It might be a blessing in disguise that Trent end up getting dinged up a little bit. So Boone is forced to put Dominguez in the lineup every day.
Well, Lou, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Lou.
Dominguez needs to play all the time. Kudos to you, Lou.
Without a doubt.
Feel.
Yep, I agree.
Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. He's
100%.
Every day.
Yep.
I'm sick of hearing, he'll get his chance to play. No, this is his chance to play.
Yep.
There's no excuse. Only what and we, I don't wish anything bad on Trent Grisham, but the only reason why he's in there because he had that hot start. If he didn't have that hot start, Dominguez would probably be in there every day. There's no question about it. But the Yankees.
I already told you, Grisham has cat blood. He's got 9 lives. Every time he's about to hit the bench for a prolonged period of time, he goes 3 for 4, hits a dinger, and scores 4 RBIs. Then he's back on track.
Right. And then the next day he strikes out 3 times.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he's got 9 lives as a cat. Cat blood.
It's really crazy. What's even more crazy is how lucky are the Yankees to be in first place?
I know.
Anything else?
We're still 1 game ahead, right, or something?
Yeah, 1 and 1.5, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they really. All the games that they have blown. Can you imagine? we shouldn't even be having this conversation. They should be. I don't even say 8, 5 at least 5 solid games up. It isn't, and we got to go from there. I understand that, but geez, make an outing, play a game from start to finish. You know, and it's funny. The Yankees take a 2-0 lead. You can barely blink. Go get a soda or something. You turn around, they're down 4-2. Could they hold a lead? What happened here? Whatever happened to that? And then you got somebody like Ken here who's calling the game.
Yeah.
And he's got to sit through that.
Yep.
And 9 times out of 10 the umpire's wrong. So it's really unbelievable. Oh, we have a little surprise guest coming up here.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah, I think so too. Why don't we bring him up?
Joba Chamberlain.
Joba.
Joba.
Oh, Steven B.
Oh, he's official today. Why don't you go fix the Yankees pipes?
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be awesome. How you doing, Stephen B?
What's up, Stephen?
Hey, Nathan. Hey, Ken. Hey, Joe.
Your microphone is excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it's my phone, believe it or not.
Well, believe it or not, it's better than it sounds fantastic. You sound like you're right here in the room with us.
Perfect.
Yeah. So give us your thoughts, Steve. I know you have a few strong thoughts on a couple of things. Go ahead. Don't hesitate. Just don't curse.
I don't curse. I try to keep it professional, especially with my job. So cursing's not in my vocabulary usually. But
I can't make that claim.
But honestly, I want to see Jazz at second. I mean, yes, he can play shortstop. I know it's out there, but he was a shortstop at one point in the D-backs before they got traded to the Marlins and they moved him to second. He could play shortstop. I don't know how good he is, but he needs to be off third base. I mean, to me, it's obvious if you look at. Go ahead.
He was an excellent shortstop, but the problem is the Diamondbacks at the time had Nick Ahmed, the best defensive shortstop in baseball, and Stephen Drew, who was another excellent, and he was a hitting shortstop. So Perdomo couldn't break into the major leagues at that position. That's part of why he was moved. And the Diamondbacks ended up picking up Zach Gallen in that trade. So, it worked out for both teams.
Well, Stephen,
yeah.
Do you automatically, would you do this right away, regardless if you're playing DJ or not? You're going to put DJ or whoever on third base, and you put Chaz on second base immediately, like yesterday. That's what they're saying. It automatically makes the Yankees a better in the infield. Automatically.
Yeah, I think he would definitely make the defense a lot better. I mean, second base, DJ has no range at second. I mean, he's making the basic plays, but he's getting killed like left and right. Someplace earlier in the season, I should say, Jazz would make the same kind of balls hit, and DJ doesn't have a shot at it. I mean, it's not for a lack of trying, but it's just not there.
Yeah, Hey, look who joined the chat. Chris the Flash. How you doing, big guy? How's it going? How's everything going, man? Stephen, another thing I wanted to ask you is, would you make a panic trade or whatever for Suarez if it came down to the Yankees, had a chance to get him, but they had to give up one of the top guys in the minors? Would you do that?
As long as it's not Jones or Lombard Jr.
Well, I think he's off limits.
And also,
yeah.
Also, Cam, the pitcher, he needs to be off limits.
And maybe Cam Schiller.
Yep.
If it's someone else besides those three, I would be okay with it. But I think they're going to be asking for one of those three, pick the top prospects for them.
Why is Schiller off the list?
Because look what he's doing. He's dominating AAA. He's our future pitcher.
I don't care. He's in AAA. He has 0 major league innings. And when Garrett Cole comes back next year, where is he going to go?
Yeah, but you're talking
you got
about
no place on the roster.
Dude, Ken,
him.
you're talking about one
if
of the
I
top prospects in the Yankee system.
So what?
I covered the team more than you, Ken.
The term is prospect. If he doesn't have a major league roster slot, he can help his team.
No, listen, Ken. I cover more Somerset and Scranton than you. By the way, I know more prospects than you.
You know what? I absolutely agree. You cover Somerset more than that. You're gonna keep Schittler down there next year, the year after that, in the minor leagues.
He's polished. He's getting there. Look, he's been dominating AAA, right, Joe? Look his last.
And how many other pitchers do we have that are looking good down in AAA?
Yesterday, he dominated yesterday. I don't know if you saw the start yesterday. He dominated 6 innings, 9 strikeouts.
What's the rule of foot when it comes to players? If you want something good, you got to give something good.
Dude, Cam, I don't want to give up on a pitcher like Cam. I don't want to give up on a pitcher like Cam. You got to listen. This is what
he's I understand. I understand the mechanics of the lineup. You have Garrett Cole for a long time. He's not going anywhere.
But he's also not going to pitch till June or July next year.
You have no idea when he's going to pitch. This new
impingement
surgery that he had.
Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
He's starting to throw next month.
You know the Yankees, they're not going to give him until all those 9 boxes are done. He's not pitching till June.
You know what?
Ken.
Cole writes his own dialogue. I guarantee you, if he goes up and he says, "Hal, I'm ready to go."
Well,
Cash, I'm ready to go.
He can ruin his future.
All right, listen to what you have. You're going to have Fried, long-term sign. Rodon, long-term sign. Cole, long-term sign. Heel, 5 years of control. You going to move Clark Schmidt? I wouldn't have any heartburn about it, but he's there for at least 3 more years. Where is Schittler going to go? You going to do a job on him and throw him out in the bullpen and screw the kid up?
No bullpen. Oh, he's a starter, full-fledged starter.
But the whole point is he doesn't have a roster slot to break into for at least 2 years. So you're going to keep him foundering away in the minors?
What about if he has a great spring? He'll come up in April.
It's a great problem to have.
Who's he going to bump? Who's he going to bump? Because right now, the way it's looking, Warren most likely will end up in the pen when it's all said and done.
Right.
Great pitcher. Don't have any problem with that.
But at least they have somebody.
You going to put Schittler out in the pen?
But at least they'll have somebody coming out of April. If Ken's pitching great in spring training, he'll make the team.
Guess what? He pitched great in spring training this year. He didn't make the team.
Well,
I'm telling you, that's the way the game is played. But the Yankees' problem is they're not willing to move prospects.
Until it's too late.
Exactly. What if you were able to move Schittler in a Peralta trade? Would you pull the trigger? For me, without a doubt. Schittler would be wearing Brewers Brew Crew uniform.
Is Freddie Peralta under control at least?
2 more years. Reasonable contract. Yeah.
Stephen B., what do you think of that?
I'm kind of torn because I like that. Like we all say, we rather have too much depth and not have to need it than trade it and then have being scrambling like we are right now with the bullpen and some of the position players right now. If you trade Cam, he's not MLB ready right this second, but he's a good depth piece, and having good depth to take over someone that gets injured is always a good thing. And we don't know what Gil's going to come back. Having that elbow, it could be another Tommy John surgery waiting. Do you want to give up, have someone in or minor leagues that could possibly take over if something does happen to him?
Right, that's true. Now, Jason C. says you have Cole, Fried, Rendon, Gill, and Schmidt. I know we understand that, Jason, but You got to X Cole out for at least 2 to 3 months next year. He's not coming. And then what are you going to get? You think he's going to throw 99 miles an hour? He's going to be on a 50 pitch count, 60 pitches.
Yeah.
He's not going to be pitching 100 pitches. Come on. Everybody knows what happens after that surgery.
I mean, Ken, I think
if Custodio is sitting in this studio talking right now, he's going to be on board with me 100%. I don't know how many times he said it. Prospects are just that. They are prospects.
I'm on board with you. When
everybody's a prospect. Derek Jeter was a prospect. He came up. He wasn't even doing that great.
And I'm on board with you when it comes to Freddie Peralta. I would give up Cam for Freddie Peralta because he's 2 years under control.
Okay.
And plus, he's legitimate pitcher. So I like.
But that's what I'm talking about.
No,
I'm not giving Schlittler up for Alcantara. No. You can freaking forget it. I'm not giving Schlittler up for Zach Gallen. I want somebody who is on the point now that can help this team win now. If I'm giving up somebody who's potentially has a future with us, the only people that aren't on my list that are not going to be traded is Spencer Jones, because we primed this kid and he's sitting in AAA right now, and George Lombard Jr.
Very well.
Everyone else is on the table. Hell, even the Major League roster is on the table. I'm willing to trade people off the Major League roster.
The problem is anybody tradable on the Yankees aside from maybe Dominguez?
Aaron Judge? I'm just joking.
Volpe?
Sure. Grisham is tradable. Grisham is a starting center fielder on any major league team other than the Yankees.
Yep.
There are teams that need outfield help like that. You want to bring in a Gold Glove defensive guy? Well, guess what? It's going to cost you. I trade Grisham for a solid bullpen arm, without a doubt.
Miami Marlins.
I move Everson Pereira down there in the minor leagues for a bullpen arm, without a doubt. We need, in my personal opinion, 3 bullpen arms. Because Cruz, who is a mainstay on our bullpen, he's out until September.
Yeah, Jason.
And when he comes back, what the hell are we going to get?
Yeah, Chase Hampton is still recovering from his injury.
Right.
He's another guy.
He's recovering from Tommy John.
Yeah, so he's another guy who has potential here. But I would pack him if the package is right. I would have put him in a trade for with Chase Hansen. So,
well,
but with the Soto trade, 2 years ago, we packaged Luis Hill in that deal. He was coming off of Tommy John, and the Padres didn't want him. That's why we ended up giving up Drew Thorpe instead.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So teams looking at possibly picking up a top tier pitcher. I think the Tommy John hurts Chase Hampton in a trade deal.
I think Drew Thorpe is in Chicago now, White Sox.
Yeah, two of the pitchers actually got Tommy John's from the trade.
Yeah.
Britos, I believe Vasquez or Britos has Tommy John, and then Thorpe in that trade.
Wow. Yeah. No. Hey, Razzle the Great. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? How's everything going? Thanks for joining the stream. Listen, there's a lot on the table that the Yanks can do. It's just a matter of how much are they willing to do, and who do they? I mean, do they panic and trade too much? Do they leave things alone? What do they do? You know, and that's going to be for our show. You know, later on in the summertime. But bottom line is, they need help now. Where do we find it? That's what we have to count. What is realistically right now? You know, the three of you, one of you answer at a time. What can we do right now? There's one obvious thing, and that is, of course, to me, is Chaz Chisholm going back to second base.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts, Stephen? We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Ken, and then we'll go to Big N. Go ahead.
Actually, there's actually a couple of things we can do that makes the team better. One, put Wells and Grisham on the DL. Bring up Rodriguez and bring up Pereira. And then second, move Jazz to second and move DJ to third. Now you have more depth, and we have the bench could actually have some depth piece so that we can actually rest players.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your automatic move. What would you do with Anthony Volpe?
I would bench him a couple of days, put Peraza at short, and give him a few days to clear his head. I actually think he should be sent down to the minors, but people always say there's no one to bring up. Well, if you're not going to bring him down, bench him for a few and say, this baseball IQ stuff needs to be, watch your game films. This is not what we do.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go to Ken with this, do you guys agree with what Steven's saying?
What is he?
What did he
I
say?
agree with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I agree?
Yeah.
Metza.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, he's talking
as far as the catcher is concerned, I'm not going for Jesus Rodriguez. His numbers are starting to crash. I'm going to Double-A. Looking at pure innate catching skills, I'm getting Rafael Flores. Flores is coming up because part of the problem that we have is inexperience with Escara, and Escara is been taking those catcher's interference calls, and it's been killing us. You have Rafael Flores, who is set. If we don't put him on the 40-man roster to protect him, we are going to lose him in the Rule 5 draft this year. I think the only reason that he is still down in Double-A Somerset is because we haven't made room available for him at Scranton. So it's not unheard of that Double-A players have come up to the major leagues.
Okay, we got welcome Mark to the stream. He says Jason from 161 said he's tired of people saying bench Volpe, and I got to agree with him. Okay, Mark, why do you feel that way? And really, I'm not saying to bench him. I'm just saying to keep moving him. I don't know, move him around. I mean, one game is not going to hurt him. There's nothing wrong with that. Why is he so special? Everybody else can sit, but he can't. What is so special about him right now? I don't want people throwing it off. Well, he's got 40-something RBI. Come on, please. Look how many games that he's blown, and he makes these lousy decisions, and then he likes it. He says, "I would do it again." What kind of talk is that? Learn from your mistakes.
Volpe is a fantastic routine play shortstop. None better in the game. Volpe's problem comes from pressure situations where he's forced to make a decision. His decision-making process is jacked up. He made one play thrown to third from the hole, and he thinks that that's the hallmark play. I don't understand why it is that he doesn't feel the need to hold a ball.
Right.
It's okay to keep a runner from advancing and scoring. Let the pitcher do his job. There are 8 players behind him that can help him get it done. Pitchers seem to feel the need that you got to go for the big strikeout, and that's not necessarily the case.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have pitchers that are overthrown, like Leiter. Leiter's bread and butter is a sinker pitcher. Sinker pitchers throw balls that break out of the freaking strike zone. Look at where Leiter's sinkers have been, right down the heart of Broadway, and they are killing it. Overthrowing.
Jason C. says the only reason why I don't bench Volpe is because there's no one else. You have the floor there, Big N. It's your turn.
Well, first, I agree. I think for the catching, I think we should definitely look into Double-A and our friend Rafael Flores is killing it in AA, so he deserves a chance. And also, I think I would put DJ at third, Jazz at second, and then probably give Volpe, like Steven said, give Volpe like a couple days off to reset. But I would send him down to AAA to get some reps over there. And then have Peraza.
He doesn't have any options. He doesn't have any options.
Oh, okay. Then
so he's not going to AAA.
So then, then keep him on the bench, give him some rest days, and then have Peraza at shortstop for now. So that's a better defensive alignment with Chaz at second, DJ at third, Peraza at shortstop for now until we make moves. But that would be my solution. I agree with you, Ken. I think AA catchers, especially Rafael Flores, man, I'm happy for him. He deserves a shot, and he's been killing it in AA. So that's would be one of my options right there.
So don't tell me I don't know what's going on in the minor league system.
Hey guys,
I'm good friends with Rafael Flores too, by the way. So,
hey guys, I got a frightening situation here.
What happened?
TJ from our Turnbuckle Talk is saying it just came out that Liv Morgan, the WWE champion's house, was just tried to break in. A man that she's been being stalked, and he left a very, very disturbing note. And she is, with the authorities right now. This is very disturbing. They already put somebody in jail for going after her, and now somebody else going. Why are
they going after her?
Your guess is as good as mine. He's breaking that on Turnbuckle Talk right now as we speak. But he just sent me the note, and he says just right now she's really shaken up. So prayers go out to Liv Morgan. Hopefully everything's okay.
Well,
no matter what you see on TV, please, people, understand it's entertainment. Entertainment. She's entertaining you. She's not out to hurt
honestly,
anyone.
Joe, it's a societal issue. People that are on the screen are normal, just like you, me, Steven. They just happen to have a more public presence. People are a little bit nutso when it comes to celebrities and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And as evidence with what happened with Ketel Marte in Chicago, with Santana that happened in Pittsburgh, people need to understand how to conduct themselves, and it's not okay to harass and stalk people.
Yep.
Completely ridiculous.
It is, especially that they just put somebody in jail for her, and now we start all over again. I mean, what is wrong with? I don't get it. But our prayers are out to Liv. I really hope that now she'll have the.
Hey guys, I got to drop, but have a.
All right. Well, listen. Have a great day, and I hope you come back for the interview later. We'll see you.
See you, Steven. See you, Joe.
See you, Nathan.
Day. So, so guys, that's news I don't like to break. I'd rather have good news, and at least she's safe. That's what counts. That's what counts. So I don't know. I mean, what can we possibly see a shakeup somehow today? Anything, guys? Anything worthy, or do you think we're just, they're going to maybe wait to come to New York, being the fact they're in Canada right now and they can't do much?
Yeah. The only shakeup I want to see is adding the roster slots. I don't want to play two men down today. Put these guys on a DL because allegedly Wells is supposed to be available for today's game. With circulatory problems in his hand, no chance in hell he's playing today. Put him on the 7-day IL. What's it going to do? He's been stinking up the joint anyhow.
I agree. No question about that. I agree. How do you feel about that, Steve?
I would at least put Grisham on the IL at the very minimum. You have Cruz right there. If you want to, he's right there with the team right now. Why not just put retroactive him back to where he got hurt? Well, as you could, there's three people on the bench. If you think it's going to be a couple of days, leave him. If you think it's going to be more than a couple of days, just put him down on the aisle, like Ken's saying. I mean, it makes more sense to if it was like a day or two, but not if he's been. We're down the bench about 4 days with him. Like we have 3 catchers on the roster.
Well, we don't have 3 catchers. We have 2 because Wells isn't able to play.
Right.
We didn't pinch hit with Ben Rice yesterday. We didn't pinch hit with Ben Rice yesterday because that's our catcher. Something happens to Scar, we got no, but our emergency backup catcher is Rice.
Yep.
So our bench yesterday was Oswald Peraza. That was it.
And that's and you know that well, you know what they're going to tell you. Well, they're in Canada. It's with the visa and this and that. It's going to be. It was tough. So we got to wait till we get back. Yankees always have an excuse. This one may be pretty legit. I understand that, but gee, they always manage to get out of these pickle situations and try to look good by doing it. But today, definitely Rice is playing. I mean, I cannot see. There's no way they should put JC back in that lineup. No way in heck. But you know, hey, I don't know. Razzle says, "Gotta love the depth of this team," and he's laughing. There is no depth, as we know. It's the only team I know that has that has Daffy Duck on the bench. I mean, it's that ridiculous. How do you not address that? And who's ever not playing, that's where they think they have a good bench because they have one guy sitting down. I mean, what happened to 26 men? That doesn't count? I don't know. It's Jake,
really beyond me. They did not call anybody up. They have De La Cruz, a guy that we picked up off the waiver wires. He is in Toronto as part of a taxi squad. He is not actually on our 26-man roster as of right now.
Right. And basically they have the 2 catches, but they have to watch out because if the starting catcher for that day gets hurt, what do? At least if you have Rice at first base, you can always make the move. Like if something happens to JC or vice versa, then you can always put Paul G back on first base and you're okay. But Sean Browning goes, yeah, because they can't afford passport and visas. Well, I mean, listen, I guess you got to laugh a little bit. And yeah, it must be a little bit harder for the Yankees to do something, being the fact that they're in Canada right now. So you're probably right. They may summon somebody right away, but if they're going to make any extra moves, they're gonna try to stick this out until they get back to New York. That's as soon as they finish their series with Toronto, I believe there'll be about 1 or 2 moves from the minor leagues. I just don't think they're going to bring them from the minor leagues to come to Canada. I really don't.
So we're going to play with a one-man bench for the next 2 days. Ridiculous.
I know. Well, that's the Yankees for you. That's what they do. They had to have things in place, and they react when it's too late. That's the problem with this team.
Do you have are you doing the play-by-play for tomorrow night?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I will take the Rome's tomorrow. So I was thinking, Ken, if it's no problem, Friday we do here for the Yankee Met, and then the other 2 you can if you don't mind, you do on your channel.
I don't care. Whatever.
Okay.
I can go either way.
Okay. Yeah, I figured we'll do the channel on Friday here, being the fact I'm on in the morning. Are you doing an update on Yankee Mets series on 4th of July, or are you going to leave it alone for that day?
No, I'm going to actually do one on that.
Okay. Yeah, so I would do, so if everything's cool, I'll do Thursday, Friday, you do Saturday, Sunday. Is that cool with you? Okay, there's the thumbs up.
You want me to sit there and suck my thumb and hold my breath till I pass out? Sorry.
No, I just want to, I figure, well,
happen.
yeah, and people hear what we're doing. I appreciate it, you know. Stephen, final thoughts, because we're going on an hour and a half here, and I got to get ready for that big interview a little bit later on with Billy Sample.
Let's go Yankees, and let's get a win tonight.
Okay. You know,
let's go Yankee,
and we'll definitely be in touch. Anytime you'd like to come on, shoot me an email, okay, or text. I mean,
I'll send you a text. Don't worry.
Shooter.
Yeah, please do that. I can't read people's minds, and I know that a lot of people work, you know, especially in the morning and everything. But if you feel you like to come on, all you have to do is text, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Joe.
Have a great day, and you stay well.
You too.
Let's go Yankees. Try to come on at 2 o'clock, at least listen to the interview.
I'm always on the chats, Joe. Trust me. You can get test. I'm always on all these other channels texting during the day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, he just avoids the ugly truth.
Just fix the Yankees plumbing, please. We'll talk to you later. Take care.
Have a good.
All right, Ken. And then there was 2. So you have some.
And how do you do?
That's right. 2 and 2. And how do you do? Final thoughts, Ken.
Well, I hope we can pull our heads out of our stumps and actually go out there and do something. I'm leery about the. I think the bats will happen today. I'm leery about the bullpen, which way we go. Weaver has been a mainstay, but since he's come back from the IL, he's not pitching with control, and he's been getting hit like a freaking ping pong ball. The loss of Cruz is devastating. We had a lockdown pitcher there, and that guy doesn't exist. We're left with Leiter, who over the last 2 days has thrown a lot of pitches, so I don't think he'll be available today. But that leaves us with Hamilton, the two guys, Brubaker, and the other guy, the slider guy that was driving me nuts yesterday. So our bullpen is pretty light.
Yeah, what's his name? Khabib, whatever his name is. Yeah, that's another one. We got, we have bullpen.
A dude I never heard of before until yesterday.
I'm telling you, they take these guys from the scraps lately. But all right, well, listen, we'll see how it goes. So you come on if everything goes good for the pregame. Can you do the pregame show before anything today? Cool.
Yeah, because I don't leave out here until 5.
And I hope you'll be around for the interview. Thanks so much.
Of course I will.
Great. Thank you. And everyone, again, have a great morning, great afternoon. Come back to us at 2 p.m. and it'll be a great interview with Billy Sample. Get your questions ready. And as you're going, please press the like button. And thank you, Sean, for subscribing to the channel. Sean, pretty soon to take a listen to our play-by-play. Ken does most of them, and Ken has a channel called The Ugly Truth. Please check that out and subscribe and watch his videos and watch him live. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. So with that in mind, everyone, have a great day. We love each and every one of you, and God bless you all, and God bless America. Let's go Yankees. See you at 2 p.m., guys.